I'm here today to talk about taking care of fine, relaxed hair. First I want to talk about the difference between thin hair and fine hair. You may have fine hair, but your hair is not thin. So thin hair refers to the density of the hairs on your head. People with thin hair don't have a lot of hair on their head, versus people with fine hair may have a lot of hairs on their head. Their hair is dense, but the strands of hair are fine. And so sometimes you could tell if you take a strand of hair and it just looks really thin, like thinner than thread. So I have fine hair and it's relaxed. So I feel like I have to take some extra precautions when taking care of my hair. And I've been on my hair journey for over 3 years now, and one thing I realized is that if I don't take these extra precautions, then my hair just will not, I cannot retain length. It won't grow as fast as other hair. And so some of my tips are really good for anyone with, relaxed hair or is on their hair journey. But I think it's even more important for us with fine hair. So the first thing is protective styling. So that usually refers to keeping your hair off of your shoulders, off of your clothes, because a lot of our clothes are made of cotton or wool and other fabrics that just steal the moisture away from our hair. So I probably use protective styles 60% of the time. It's not almost all of the time. But more than half of the time I'm wearing my hair up or, curly, because I consider, when I do flexi rod sets or, tight roller sets, that's a protective style because my ends are hidden. And I find that my hair really thrives when I'm doing those curly styles because my ends retain the moisture easier, and my ends are not brushing up against my clothes or my bag or anything else. But I also do bantu knot out sometimes, and so sometimes if I get the ends curly enough, I consider that a protective style as well. I wear buns a lot, especially when I work out. When I have bad hair days, when the weather is bad, I wear buns, and usually they're loose buns. I can't really wear tight ponytails because my fine hair is also not as strong as I wish it were, and so the ponytail holders can do a lot of damage and cause breakage. So I do loose buns and I do curly styles mostly for protective styles. The other thing that's important to do is to keep your ends moisturized. If you want your hair to grow or if you want your hair to retain its length, you have to keep your ends moisturized because that's where most of the breakage occurs, right? So, even though my hair is a little bit sensitive to too much oil, I oil my ends either every day or every other day. I always make sure that my ends, my whole hair, but especially my ends, are moist, and that has helped me retain a lot of length as well. The other thing that I do is I try to practice a very low heat regimen. That means I don't use curling irons, I don't use flat irons, I don't use blow dryers, no direct heat. So I will use indirect heat, so when I roller set my hair I will set it under the dryer, but I really try not to use any heating tools. Especially at the beginning of my journey, when I was like shoulder length, it was really important not to use any heat. And so sometimes when I get my hair done by a professional, which is usually every 2 or 3 months, I'll let them flat iron it. If you do need to use heat, make sure you use a heat protector. That's really important so your hair doesn't dry out and break. The next thing is you have to deep condition. I deep condition after every wash, whether it's shampoo or conditioner wash, I deep condition. It could be for 20 minutes, it could be for an hour, it could be for 3 hours, it could be overnight, but I make sure I deep condition. And the same with pre-pooing. I always pre-poo, even if, if it's right now and I say, I think I'm gonna wash my hair today. I'll at least put some oil in it and maybe put a heating cap on for like 20 minutes before I wash it, just to get some more moisture into my hair. And deep conditioning is extremely important. Before my hair journey, I deep conditioned maybe once or twice between relaxers, and now I deep condition at least once a week, and it's made a huge difference. The other thing is stretching relaxers. So before I started my hair journey, my hair was really short anyway, but I would relax every 4 to 6 weeks, and that's just crazy, especially if you have fine hair that's sensitive to breakage. So now I relax every 10 to 12 weeks. So I want to say a little disclaimer about stretching when you have fine hair. A lot of us cannot stretch for a long time. So some people will do 20-week stretches, 6-month stretches. I cannot go past 12 weeks, and even like at 10 weeks my hair starts shedding and breaking off a little bit, and so that's my cue to know when it's time to get a relaxer. The next thing is winterizing your hair. I live in the Northeast, where the weather in the winter is harsh. It's cold, it's dry, it's windy. Even when it snows and rains, like sometimes the air is just dry and harsh. So in the wintertime, I never go out the house with my hair out. I always wear a hat, and I line all of my hats with satin, which I'll do a video on later on about how to line your hats with satin. It has made a huge difference in not only the retention of my length, but just the moisture retention and the shine and my ability to keep hairstyles longer, especially in the winter time, because you could go out one winter morning and just get into your car, drive to work, get out of your car, walk into work, and your hairstyle is done. Like, it's frizzy, it's dry, it's messed up. So I can't stress enough the whole wearing a hat, protecting your hair during the winter time. And usually in the winter, that's when I do most of my protective styling too, because I wear a lot of sweaters, a lot of wool blazers, and that really dries out my hair. So that's when I wear buns. So in the winter time, most people just know me, see buns in my hair. And then the last thing is just be careful of jewelry. So whenever I wear my hair down, I don't wear a necklace, because I find that it will get caught in the clasp, or if there are links, it'll get caught, or if there are beads or anything, it's just recipe for breakage. And so, you know, accessorizing is great, and I do accessorize a lot, but I don't wear necklaces when I wear my hair down. So that's all my tips for today for fine hair, but there will be more, because I know there's more that, you know, I'm probably not mentioning today, but those are really the most important ones. So I hope this helped, and I'll see you soon. Bye!